tell me what's wrong and why you never said you felt that way. And guess you're trying to stay strong and fake a smile until I look away. But I've known you too long, it hurts to watch your blue eyes fade to gray as you fade away, as you fade away.
Hey, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I have a bit of a bittersweet story to share with you all. My lovely Basil, my Porsche 987 Boxster, has been written off. So where do I even begin? For those of you who have been watching the channel, following the journey, you know how much I love this car. I always wanted a Porsche. I wasn't really bothered what Porsche it was, but I always wanted a Porsche. And you know, the 987 was Porsche's mid-engine marvel with a unique balance and handling that made every drive an experience, you know. And for me, it was more than just a car. It was a passion project. You know, weekend drives, driving to car meets and shows. You know, this Boxster really was my pride and joy, and it was a great colour, cobalt blue. The flat six, the manual transmission, the open top, you know, everything about it just clicked. But things took an unfortunate turn. About 2 months ago, my wife was driving the car, and she spent the whole day in it. I was away at my dad's cleaning his place out, and my wife took the Boxster and took it out for the whole day, geared up with all the right accessories, roof down, sun was out. It's a beautiful autumnal day, and driving back, she was coming around this corner, and the sun was coming down, and this lady pulled out into the side of her and crashed into the car. Which was the reason for the write-off. But without going into too much detail, no one was seriously hurt. But as you can see, the car was damaged and was officially written off. Yes, it's a tough pill to swallow, knowing that this is the end of the road for this particular journey. I know a lot of you are probably wondering what's next. But the car has now gone. It's been salvaged. I didn't do too badly. It took quite a long time for the insurance company to come back to me. They offered me a goodwill gesture of £500 to use them, the ladies' insurance company that was responsible for the accident. So I got £500 for that, and then they offered me £5,400 for the value of the vehicle. So £5,900. So quick summary. I bought the car for £4,750. I spent roughly £2,500 on it, getting it into a nice condition. So I lost around, I think it's about £1,350 in total on the car, which I don't think was too bad. I had it from May until September, but 2,000 miles on it. Really enjoyed it. And so yeah, so you know, disappointing. But this journey is not over yet. Looking back, there's so much I've gained from owning this car. The friends, the experiences, you know, the memories. So this video isn't really just about saying goodbye. It's a tribute to the joy the car brought into my life, and that's true. So thank you, 987, for all the great times and unforgettable drives, early mornings, late in the evenings. And thank you everybody for watching and supporting the channel through the ups and downs. I'll keep you posted. Who knows, maybe another Porsche will be on the cards someday very soon.
I got the cash in the bag, stadium packed. Born a rock star in this life, gone live it up on the attack. Baby, I'm bad, I just wanna get caught up in this life.
never get the throne back. I'm sick of being cautious, I'ma go cause some pain, can't stop.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another video, drive video on a Porsche 987 Boxster, 2.7 litre 5-speed manual. Well, I've had the car, I think I picked it up on the 4th of May, so just over 2 months, I think that makes it. And I've covered 975 miles, but it's taken me about 15 test runs to make this video, purely because of the nightmare with the wind in the cabin. It's not unpleasant, like to drive to. Actually, if you're not filming, it's a lovely place to be, you know, with the wind down, sorry, the windows down and roof down. It's a delight, you know, it's lovely. But the problem is when you're trying to film and you've got omnidirectional microphones, and I've got two different types of cameras. I got a GoPro and I got an Insta360 Ace Pro. The GoPro is connected to my old Rode microphone, which doesn't have any settings on it. My Ace Pro is connected to the Rode Professional wireless microphone with lots of settings on it. And it's just really hard to find out how you get rid of wind noise, because no one really offers that information. And there's not many people that actually do this testing driving cars, so it's a lot of trial and error. But I'm hoping this last effort is going to work. Car is so much fun to drive. I encourage anybody, even 911 owners, to jump in one of these older generation Boxsters and tell me you don't love it. So good. If you're wondering why I'm talking and chewing at the same time, because I suffer from acid reflux. I'm taking a Gaviscon tablet. But I've been dying to take this car out. I think it's been sat still for about 4 days. And I generally find after about 3 days I'm desperate to get back in the car and take it out for a drive. Now, it's been really mixed weather here in the UK in July. 1 minute it's sunny, another minute it's raining. Not that it bothers me, but it's just not as pleasant if you want the roof down. But the real test of this video was to try and eliminate as much wind noise as possible. So I'm just going to take it, go on some better roads. Hopefully, job done. I can make a proper drive video. Such a sweet car, this. The noise of that engine, it's just awesome. It's not overpowering, it's just enjoyable. And I've driven the new generation, the 718. I took a 2 litre base model out, PDK. It was excellent. That was prior to me owning this. Really excellent, you know, and I'd never driven a Boxster, so I didn't know what the engine, the different engine sounds were like. And now I've lived with this one for a couple of months, and you can obviously tell there's a huge difference. But the 718 still sounds good. It's not. Don't be put off of it. I mean, these older ones are lovely. You know, it's a lovely sound. But you know, with the older ones, you've got problems. You know, the new generation, they're going to be much more reliable. And you've got all the modern tech in it. You know, I haven't got any sat nav in this. Now, yes, I can fit sat nav, but you know, you're talking £1,000 for a brand new system. You know, it's 1/5 of the cost of the car. And to be honest, every time I think about turning on the Bose Hi-Fi in here, I turn it off within about 2 minutes because I just love driving this car without the sound, without the Hi-Fi on. It's a great Hi-Fi. The noise that this car makes is just so enjoyable. Honestly, you don't want the Hi-Fi on. And a lot of people stop and stare at this car because it's a cool colour. It's quite an unusual colour, Boxster. It's only well, it was first introduced in, I think, the 986 range, and it carried through as an optional extra into the 987. And I think it was only when it got to 2007 that Porsche made this a free colour choice. Before that, it was a cost option, so you had to pay for it. That's pretty cool. I've not driven this car in the wet yet, so it's nice to get a little bit of slippage. But yeah, you know, 4th gear, 35-40 miles an hour, it's like driving a diesel. It just pulls. It really is good. You know, and every time you change down more from third to second, you get, you know, a nice engine blip noise. I'll just let it go round and go back. Yeah, but the handling on these cars is just fantastic. You know, huge amount of confidence in a Boxster. Brake pedal is you know, you got to push the pedal to stop, right? This is not like a new car, so you got to give yourself a bit of time. Now, my brakes aren't perfect. I need new pads and discs on the back, so that will probably help the situation. In terms of how this car feels on the road, it's super light. It's about 1,300 kilos, and it's just so nimble. It's just epic, you know. This has got the old hydraulic steering. So you know, the connection between the steering wheel and the wheels is instant. I'll listen to that. That's bang in the middle. That's 4,000 RPM, and we're good up to about 7. It kind of runs out of steam a bit from, I'd say, about 6,500 RPM. 3rd gear, 25 miles an hour. No problem. It's not an issue. I don't know how this car does it. It's car is a car for every situation. And if you've been driving an automatic like I have for the last 10 years, don't worry, it doesn't take long to get back into the routine of having 3 pedals. It's actually weird going from when you've been driving the manual and you go back to the automatic. That's where I find the biggest challenge, because you always go for the key and the clutch pedal. But going from the auto to the manual, it's actually quite, you know, you just remember it. But yeah, I mean, once I got a few of the things fixed on this car, definitely going to take it on some good journeys. If you know of any other car that puts a bigger smile on your face for the money, get in touch and I'll come round and we'll do a comparison video. Now, I think at this price point, up to 10k, this is a lot of car. You know? Roads in Surrey are just horrendous. This car just glides through the country lanes. You know, it's cool. You can see the little bumps on the bonnet, so you know where you are. I wouldn't say it's the narrowest car in the world. You know, the mirrors, although they're angled, they still stick out, and you know, the car isn't that narrow. It's fairly wide. Ah, it's so good. But if you go past a built-up area, or you go over a bridge with a wall, it just sounds so good. There's another one here. And you're always getting different sounds from the exhaust, you know. When it warms up, it's a slightly different tone. It's so good. It never hums, even on motorways. It doesn't hum at all, this engine. It's real sweet. Now the sound does drop off a bit in 3rd gear. The engine, the exhaust note. The exhaust note's really good. 1st and 2nd, it's lovely. But when you get into 3rd, you know, because you're not getting into those high rev bands, it just doesn't deliver the noise. But I mean, this is 2nd gear. This is the best gear really. So, cruising around our roads, the toe is so bad. But if this video actually comes out pretty good, I might use this as the actual video. But yeah, 3rd gear, this car's so light, 3rd gear just pulls. You know, I never ever think about not putting it in 4th gear. I often put it in 4th gear. It's just a great car. You come down through the gears. You got the lovely steering into the corner. And if you want to, no problem at all, Boxster. Now this one's got the sport seats, which are super comfortable. It's got 2-stage seat heating, and it's got the manual height adjustment and the electric back and forth switch. It's really nice. It's just, you know, simple, not overcomplicated.